And now I'm just going to see if we can have him walk around a little bit with that on. And he is not the slightest bit concerned about it, so that's really good. Good job. Okay, walk. Oh, good boy. Good job. Come on. Notice how his feet got a little bit sticky there. Sometimes when you add something to the equation, they almost forget how to use their legs correctly. That's okay though. Good. Good. Whoa. Good boy. That was very good. Very good first day with the saddle pad on. So if you notice, we've been working on having the lead rope laid over his back. Now we've got the saddle pad successfully on him. So the next step is going to be to actually start wrapping that lead rope around his barrel, getting him used to the feeling of a girth under there. So we can start simulating what it's going to feel like for him to be tacked up. Hello everyone, welcome to another session with Sundancer. Today we're going to be running through the same things we've done in the last few sessions, as well as actually introducing lunging today, so that'll be pretty exciting. Okay. Good. He's a little farther away today than we'd like. Okay, let's ask him to back. I'm going to use my stick so I can get some distance. Back, 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 back. Good. All right. Good. And as we do this, we're just increasing the duration of time that we're touching him. Good. Alrighty, that's very good. Let's ask him to back, 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 back. Good. And I'm just touching him on the point of his shoulder. Remember, the point of the shoulder here is the point where horses tell one another to back up. So we can replicate that. I'm just touching him here. Back, 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 back. Good. Okay. Let's go ahead and get him haltered. I like how nice and low that head is when we're haltering. Makes it super easy. And I'm just messing with this buckle a little bit and reinforcing for him being still. That way he can get used to things moving around on his face. Good. Much better than last time. We'll wait for him to come back over here. Good. Back. Back. Good. All right, and ask him to come up this way. Oh. Good. What are you going to do now, buddy? It's sitting on you. We'll let him think about this for a moment. All right, good. Well, he's not freaking out about it. That's good. We had a few foot stomps and protests there. Good. Doing much better from this side today than the last session. His head level's a lot lower. We'll try his leg here. Good. Seems like he's most worried about it on his neck. When I go over the back, the head does not go up as high. But when we come here to the neck, he gets slightly worried. Good. He's doing much better today, though, than yesterday, for sure. Alrighty. So now our long rope here. Good. So what I might do with this long rope is just stick to working on it over his back today, since he is more comfortable with that. Good. And we're only going to do a few repetitions of this today. You're okay, bud. We'll just let him move around and think about that if he needs to. We'll give him some direction here. He's not sure what he's supposed to be doing. Good. Very good, buddy. Good. Okay. And again, we'll just let him think about this, figure it out, maybe wave it a little, give him some direction. Good. Good job. Now, this is a little different. He probably feels like there's a snake on his back right now, but overall, this is very good progress. He's not worried right now about this. He's just not sure what he's supposed to do. Right here. Good. Good. Okay, very nice. We will work on that more in the coming sessions. Now it's time for the saddle pad. I just think that's the cutest thing. Move this out of the way here. He looks a little concerned. So I'll just wait till he lowers his head level a little bit there and shows a little bit of relief from that stress he is feeling. Very good. We've got blinking, we've still got chewing, and his head level is not nearly as high. Good. Notice he's doing a lot better with treat mode. He's putting his head right back into position where I'll bring him the treats instead of sniffing me. We've really been working on refining that in these last few sessions. All right, he's doing very good with the saddle pad. Good. He even had some lip quivers there, like he thought it felt nice. Good. We'll see if we can start increasing the time that we leave this on. Good. Notice I'm doing this from both sides. We need our horses to be used to all kinds of things. We don't want to just tack them up from one side. Even though it's traditional, we want to have them used to a bunch of different stuff, okay guys? And now I'm just going to see if we can have him walk around a little bit with that on. And he is not the slightest bit concerned about it, so that's really good. Good job. Okay, walk. Oh, good boy. Good job. Come on. Notice how his feet got a little bit sticky there. Sometimes when you add something to the equation, they almost forget how to use their legs correctly. That's okay though. Good. Good. Whoa. Good boy. That was very good. Very good first day with the saddle pad on. So if you notice, we've been working on having the lead rope laid over his back. Now we've got the saddle pad successfully on him. So the next step is going to be to actually start wrapping that lead rope around his barrel, getting him used to the feeling of a girth under there. So we can start simulating what it's going to feel like for him to be tacked up. So we are coming up on our first steps of saddling here. As always, we are breaking it down into very small digestible goals for him. And that way we have positive experiences with all of our tack and the first steps of riding, instead of creating traumas that we then have to overcome later on. So here we're just going to work on a little bit of patience. Good. All right. Nice job, bud. We're going to go for just a little bit of leading here. We're starting out straight today. Good. Notice in the past we started out with the angles first, but today we're going to head off in some straight lines and then add in some turns later on. Good. Good. All right. Good boy. Good. A big exhale there. That's a great sign. He's really starting to get the hang of this. Good. Notice we're beginning to not reward for every single time he feels the pressure on the halter. Now that he knows the correct answer, it is up to him to choose to come along. And we need this to be really, really solid before we begin going on any out of the pin adventures. Good. Very nice. Good job. All right. So that'll be it for our leading for today. And now it is time for us to introduce lunging. So I'm going to remove my target here from my carrot stick, and I've got this handy flag in my pocket. Notice I pull this out. Most horses would run, but he comes and sticks his face on it. This is the first time I've used the flag in a session with him. If you have watched this whole series, you'll see I've never used this before. Power of positive reinforcement, guys. It's so funny. He thinks that's what he's supposed to do. All right. So that's good. That means we don't have to worry about him being terrified of this flag. If your horse is terrified of a flag when you pull it out, you definitely don't want to begin teaching them lunging like I'm about to use this with him. We definitely want to make sure that our horse is comfortable with our tools first. Good. I like that he maintained a distance from me there when we stopped. All right, now, to begin, oh, it's the noise, isn't it, buddy? That's okay. Let's see if we can get him to come off. Okay, very good. Walk. So, there's a few key steps here that I want to discuss before I demonstrate. We're going to work on patience while we talk about this. So, very first and foremost, I am going to be imagining what I want Sundancer to do. So, all I'm asking for this first session is that he moves over with his front end and begins walking off. So we're going to work on the very departure in the lunging process. We're not going to ask for a full circle. We're merely going to ask for just one or two steps in the correct direction, and we're going to build on that in the coming days. So first, I'm imagining exactly what I want. Second, I'm pointing, which is my first cue. We're testing the halter here. That's good, so I'm going to reward for that. That is not the first step in lunging, but he was thinking about taking off there, and he felt the pressure on the halter and came back this direction. So I want to reward for that awesome behavior. So second, we're going to point. That is our cue to start walking for the lunging process. And then we're going to use our hips. We're going to make sure we're behind the horse's drive line, and we're going to be using our hips to ask him to move. And third, if he doesn't go, we're going to reinforce with our flag here and our verbal cue walk to actually have him move off. Going to wait for some patience. Good. Just a side note, there's a lot of different ways to teach your horse to be patient. Leaving them tied for hours isn't it. Just a side note. Okay, now let's see what we can do here. So I'm here, I've imagined, I'm going to point, walk. I'm just moving so I stay behind his drive line. Walk, walk. We're just looking for a first step. Walk in the correct direction. That's okay. He's not sure what the right answer is. It's going to look messy at first. Walk, walk, walk. Well, so that answers that. Now we're going to see how comfortable he is. If he can calm himself back down with this rope around his legs. We will see. I'm just going to hold out my hand here and offer him some direction. Okay, he stopped in the corner behind the camera. Let's see. He's breathing. He's calming down. So that answers the question if he's ready to go on Out of the Pen Adventures. And the answer is no, because he hit the end of that rope and he took off. And we definitely don't want him doing that out in the open. Over there right now, he's licking and chewing. I know you guys can't see him. I'm going to walk over there and see if I can grab this rope. And we're going to work on leading again before we retry anything with this flag. Good boy. Good. You're okay. You're all right. Good boy. Good. All right, so I know you guys can't see, but this rope was around his leg, so I pulled it. It did drag across his leg. Good. Come on. And he was okay with it. He stood there nicely and allowed me to get it. So I clicked and rewarded him twice for feeling that sensation. Good boy. And already he's getting nice and calm once again. Good. Come on. Come on. All right, he's going to test it here. Good. Now that is a good example of a horse going way over threshold, all right? He just took off. And that's what we're trying to avoid. So we're gonna go back to the chopping block here, figure out what the best way for us to think this process for him. A lot of times that process works just fine. However, every horse is unique and you never know. Let's see if I can have him touch the flag here. Now he's skeptical of the flag. So we can see this might be the problem. He's looking at it, so I'm going to go ahead and reward him for that. Good boy. Too close. See if I can have him come forward. Good. Perfect. Very nice. And if you'll notice, he's already back to being relaxed. We've got blinking, we've got moving ears, his head level starting to come back down. So he's doing very great at regulating himself, even after something like that, which if that happened to a horse trained with pressure and release, typically it would take them a very long time to come back down. Good. Very good. Let's see if we can ask him to come forward. Good. Very nice. Good. So the issue here was the flag. In the beginning, he put his face on it. It appeared that he wasn't very scared of it. However, it becomes a different thing when it is moving around, as you can see. So we're going to work on getting him a little bit used to the flag. Also, there's a sound it makes when it drags on the ground that I don't think he really likes. So we're going to work on all of that. He's relaxing back down here. Let's see if we can ask him to come forward now that we've got some licking and chewing. I'm just putting a slight amount of pressure on the lead here. Good. When you looked at it, we're going to reward. Good. Okay, I'm nearing the end of my treat pouch here. Good. Very good. Let's see if we can get him to put more of his face on it. I'm just holding it still and letting him find the right answer here. Okay. That's enough of that. Let's do one more little loop-de-loop walking around here, and we will call that a session. Good. 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 Good boy. Come on. Good. Good. Come on. Very good. Let's just have him flex his head around. Not your booty, just your head. You're okay, bud. Good boy. There we go. Let's try the other side. Good. Notice I hardly put any pressure on the lead at all. I just raised it in the correct direction. Good. Good boy. Now, I don't like for things like that to happen. However, training sessions aren't always perfect. And there are lessons to be learned. And situations like that tell us where he's at. We now know he's not ready for any out of the pen adventures, because if he comes across something scary, he might take off and run through the pressure on the halter. And that he is very good at coming back down and relaxing after a stressful situation. So that's going to be all for today, guys. We'll see you in the next video.
Across America, wild Mustangs are losing their freedom at an unprecedented rate. In 2022 alone, 15,000 Mustangs were torn from their homes. Of the 3,000 Mustangs lucky enough to be adopted each year, many will end up in kill pens waiting for someone to save them before they board a truck to Mexico to be slaughtered. These beautiful animals deserve so much better, and you can help them. I'm Courtney Hardy, the founder of Nirvana Mustang Sanctuary. We have lots more land available that is already dedicated to these Mustangs who deserve a second chance. But the property is currently fenced with barbed wire, which is not safe for wild Mustangs. We need your help to replace this old barbed wire with strong 6-foot-tall Mustang-safe fencing, like the fences you see here used in our initial pasture. By donating just 1 or 2 foot of fence, you can be their hero, and we can save many of these beautiful souls from slaughter and allow them to live out their days in sanctuary.